Are you a fan of fantasy novels and or science fiction? Well, do I have a book recommendation for you? Actually, I've got three. Let's take a closer look at this trilogy. Here's my copies of the Broken Earth Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Book 1, the 5th season. I'm going to go ahead and show you the back covers of these books as well. Book 2, The Obelisk Gate. This one has my favorite cover. That is so beautiful. And it was really just an incredible book. And then the third book, The Stone Sky. I tried to savor this book because it was the final in the series, and I just couldn't put it down. It was so good. Okay, so I originally found out about N.K. Jemisin because of a different author. In this 30th anniversary edition of Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler, there is an afterword from N.K. Jemisin. Now, that afterword had a little bit of some spoilers for Parable of the Talents, which is the second book in the series. So I don't know why they didn't use the afterword in that book instead. And when I went to make a video about these books, I researched who N.K. Jemisin is, and I saw, all these rave reviews about how amazing her books are, and I'm so far behind. Everything I read is usually at least 20 years old or older, so it was cool to see talking about and the awards she won for the Broken Earth Trilogy. I thought, oh, you know what? That looks kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and read that trilogy. And I started searching different places to buy it. Most of the books I buy are used, and I should probably do a video on the places I buy my used books from, because most of them come from the internet, from independent sellers. Some of them come from bigger places like thrift books. So I started looking around, browsing for N.K. Jemisin's books, and I knew for sure I was getting the Broken Earth Trilogy, and I saw the Inheritance Trilogy, and I thought, well, I haven't really read anything that she has written, but that's... I think that's a good reason to maybe try more than one series or one book from an author if they've been really recommended or it's someone that you're interested in, their writings. So, and hey, I don't really need any justification to buy more books, and I found a decent deal on the Inheritance Trilogy when I read about Broken Earth today. So all three of the Broken Earth books are just amazing, and I'm going to put this out here right now. This series is meant for adults. These aren't kids' books or adolescents' books. These are adult books, and they're heavy. Like, it's so good. And I'm not just talking about like the weight of the book. The subject matter is heavy, and I don't like to get too into detail when describing why I like books, because I don't want to give any spoilers, and I am really just uptight about that. It doesn't take much to spoil a book for me or just make me feel like maybe you took just a little bit of what I could have been looking forward to by revealing too much information. I am not one to watch people who review and overshare about the book. Like, I really don't think you should be giving more information than what's on the book jacket for, the little preview inside, or on the back of the book cover for a paperback, or said things in an ebook, because it's just a regular book, but digital. So I will say this. The Broken Earth Trilogy is just an amazing mixture of science fiction and fantasy. I know the books are listed into the fantasy genre, but I personally, when I've read them, there's some geology type stuff in there, and there is science in there. And the third book especially, she kind of like touched on into some like hard science fiction. And all right, I love that stuff. Is it the perfect mixture of magic and science? Now, I know that fantasy and sci-fi is often sold together or marketed together, put into the same category, and they are very different. And it seems like the two would, mash up perfectly, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and it can get cheesy really fast. A lot of science fiction readers that I know that are like devout, they won't read fantasy because they feel like it's silly and whatnot. But yeah, I think that fantasy is great. And to find an author who can put the two together is amazing, because if you're new to sci-fi and fantasy, like I said, it seems like the two would go together because they're often sold together, but it's easier said than done, and I'm just still in awe because it's really just that good. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's intense. It does get heavy and these strong emotions, and I just could not put the books down. All three of them phenomenal. I highly recommend this series. I mean, I don't know what else to say because I don't want to, spoil it. But it is for adults once again, and it's got some spicy moments. And I'm reading the Inheritance trilogy right now, and actually I'm finishing it up. So there will be a video about that coming up next, but I've read a lot of other stuff, and I wouldn't mind reviewing that as well. And I'm kind of behind right now because of health problems, and I've been working on my art stuff. And I'm not even going to deny, I got my Xbox fixed in March. That's when I'm filming this, but I'll probably be uploading it in April. So I got my Xbox fixed in March after a couple months of not playing. And I've been playing video games a little bit more than I've been reading, but I'm still reading and have some stuff that I would definitely like to review, especially a few sword and sorcery series, because that's probably my favorite subgenre of fantasy. But that's it for me. I highly recommend the Broken Earth Trilogy by Jemisin, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you the next time I'm on here with a video. Have a good day.